Hey guys, did you miss me? I've been gone from the kitchen for the weekend. I kind of reset, went to go get some new recipes. Well, not new, but went to go get some stuff for some of my recipes that I wanted to show you guys. So today, I made a little excerpt from last night of me seasoning the meat, but today we're gonna make curry goat, Jamaican version of curry goat. And I wanted to show you guys, instead of using my traditional pressure cooker or Dutch pot, I got a power cooker. Isn't it cute? And then look, you guys, I was so pissed. Brand new, had a little ding, I was annoyed. But it's still, nonetheless, it's super cute. So right now I'm unboxing it because that is what we're gonna put our meat in instead of putting it in the pot. And I wanted to let you guys know, if you're ever gonna cook the goat in the pot, it takes over an hour, but once it's tender, it still cooks, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have a power cooker or a pressure cooker. But I decided, after all these years of cooking in the pot, I'm gonna take the short route. So right now I'm gonna unbox this, and then I'm gonna get the meat out of the fridge, and I'm gonna review what we did with our meat, and then we're gonna just start cooking. We're gonna start using this thing, and we'll see how it comes out, okay? So welcome back to the kitchen. Let's get cooking, good looking. All right, so we washed our goat, and we are going to now cut it up, cut it into pieces, and we're gonna season it. So I'm gonna show you guys how I like to take these bigger pieces, make them a little smaller, because to me they're just useless being this big. So we're gonna cut it up first, and then we're gonna add all the seasonings, all right? So you're gonna take, move over my bowl, you're gonna take the first piece, and what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna cut it at least even into half. Like, you don't ever wanna have big giant pieces of goat. And then you see these extra fat pieces, you wanna cut those off. You don't wanna have, this is a bone, but these are fat. You don't wanna have too much fat in your meat. And if it could go a little smaller, you could even cut it a little smaller. Just like so. Let's do another one so you can see what I mean. So you see this side, you're gonna cut off the fat. Get rid of the fat, and you're gonna cut off the meat, making it smaller, manageable pieces for people to eat. This is the bone. I like to leave my little bone pieces in there, right? Cut off the fat and make them a little smaller, all right? So I'm gonna do the whole bowl, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how to season it. All right, so we are back, guys. We made the pieces, I cleaned it off even more, rinsed it again, made the pieces nice and small and manageable. I cleaned off a lot of the fat. Some of them have this extra outside that was like impossible for me to work with. So I'm gonna leave these two just for whatever. But the rest of the pieces, I made them nice and small. I cut them up nice and little, not too small, but you know, more manageable. You know, can't have big giant pieces of goat in your dinner. So right now, what we're gonna do first, in goat and even in oxtail, you're always going to need, some people call this green onion, but it is called scallions. We're gonna cut up some scallions here. Cut up some scallions. Then we are going to cut up a few garlic cloves. I went and got some garlic that was already peeled, because everyone knows me. I'll sit there and be fighting with the raw garlic pegs. Like, girl, did you know that they sell it already peeled? Like, I'm a crazy lady. So you want to get your garlic pieces nice and chopped up, nice and little. I like to do a couple of cloves because my food needs to be, flavor has to be there. Fling that one aside. It's not that much, right? Just dragging it. Always dragging it. You guys never stop me. Okay. All right, so you got your scallion, you got your garlic cloves, and over here we have some thyme that we're gonna put on, but not just yet. So let's get the goat seasoned up. All right, so first, you guys know the usual players is garlic powder, onion powder. Argue with your mom, not me, about my seasonings. Black pepper. And of course, salt, which I'm gonna refill my salt shaker and shake that in a moment. But I have 2 different curry seasonings if you guys wanna see. People, when I make it, they love this one. This one is called Blue Mountain. If you ever been to the Korean market or even your Caribbean market, you can find Blue Mountain. It's not really like, I don't think that brand is at like, you know, Walmart or anything. But this one, Jamaican curry, you might could find this one at Walmart. But this one, I always add some of this one. And then I use my Blue Mountain. This Blue Mountain is brand new because I use it a lot. So my other one was dead. And gloves are imperative, you guys. Curry seasoning stains, okay? If you have your nails done, ladies, all right? It stains. If you're a girly watching this, just know, if you've never made curry or handled curry, it's stained. So now that you got everything in there, you're gonna do what, of course, you're gonna mix it all up. Be careful with your gloves and getting it all over your nails. I'm telling you, you're gonna be sick if it gets on your nails. All right, I'm gonna mix it all up. So now what I'm doing right now, this prep is all for tomorrow. So you guys will be seeing me finish this dish tomorrow in this video, but you have to let your meat marinate with your seasonings. Ooh. And be careful. My island is all white, so be careful with the curry. So now you're gonna take your garlic and your scallion, and you're not gonna work it in. You're just gonna leave it right here on top and just let it just chill out. It's like a top garnish for now, but it will be thrown up in that pot tomorrow, baby, right? So you should have a nice little dressing like this with all of your seasonings were mixed in. And thyme is a must. If you're Caribbean, if you know, you know. Thyme is a must. So I sit a lot of the time on the top. So I'm gonna just wrap this up, you guys. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. It's gonna be in there till tomorrow. But if you're gonna do it same day, I always say season it in the morning before work or before you have to do anything, and then take it out later and pop it in the pot because it just tastes better. But you could always make it on the spot, but it's always better to let it marinate. So you guys, I see you tomorrow when we finish the goat. All right, so guys, I got the meat out of the freezer from last night. I showed you guys in a clip. That was me last night seasoning it up. But of course, this is how it looks. We have thyme, scallion, and garlic on the top. And of course, we used curry powder, onion powder, black pepper, and that was pretty much it. Just curry powder, onion powder, black pepper, garlic powder. So right now, we're gonna try to get it into this new power cooker. That's what we're doing today. This video is how to pressure in a power cooker, but also get this goat nice and tender. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to unload it in here without meat sticking to the bottom and wasting any meat. Okay, so I powered it on and I'm just gonna scrape it in there like this. Huh, that worked. Now this water, this seasoning, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some water in it and then I'm gonna pour it into the measuring cup. because you're only supposed to put a little bit of water. So let me go fill this up a little bit. All right, so I added some water to my seasoning bowl so that I can get that last bit of seasoning that was sitting in there. And when you're making any meat that you're gonna pressure, you have to make sure you cover the meat decent amount of water. In this power cooker, being that we don't want it to have too much water because it creates water, we're just gonna put, I'm gonna say about 2 cups of water. That's what I'm thinking. So there's an exceed line in these pots that tells you the maximum. So don't exceed the maximum. All right. So now let's be careful anyway with handling curry. I'm telling you, once it gets on your stuff, it never comes out. You could keep washing, but it'll still be there. So just make sure you're really careful with handling curry. Sorry, you guys. I went out of frame. All right, so now let's turn on this power cooker and get this meat going. We are ready. All right, so start. Let's get the cover on. Get this thing over here. Lock. Make sure it's locked. And we're gonna go with beef and lamb. And beef and lamb is 40 minutes, all right? So we're just gonna do beef and lamb and then we're gonna just press start, all right? And you let it go. That's why I like these things. My normal pressure cooker, you guys know you have to put it in the pot. You gotta add your water, decent amount of water, don't overdo it. And you let it pressure for about 40 minutes to an hour. Check it to make sure that the meat is soft. And if it's soft, you're done. But if it's a little chewy, you sample it. Okay, so I'm just telling you in case you don't have one of these fancy pants thing, which I never did. So you could try it that way, or you could just put it in your regular Dutch pot, whatever big pot you have. You could put it in there and just let it cook until it's soft, which that takes a long time. Sometimes maybe 2 hours of boiling. Sometimes it depends on how soft your meat was from the store. Like if it was frozen before, sometimes they take a little long. But yeah, so let's let this cook and we'll be back with our finished goat meat. All right, guys, I just finished pressuring and releasing the top. What happens is when the pressure builds up on your cooker, it should say vent or release pressure. And you're supposed to let all of that pressure out. And then what we're doing right now is we're really testing to see if it's soft enough. This is our first test. And to be honest, because this is not a pot and this is the power cooker, I feel like it's soft enough. Let's see. Ross.
Soft or hard?
Really soft.
And you did 40 minutes?
Mm-hmm. So it's soft, you guys. Yeah, so my mom's here, y'all. You know, when you're making your Jamaican cuisine, you gotta get it from the boss. She's the original of this here. So yeah, I think we are done. And it was only 40 minutes in this thing. I was about to say, this is my first go and then I'm gonna close it back, but it don't seem like we need to close it back. It seems finished. All right, so I'm gonna get my plate and I'm gonna get some of the rice because I made some white rice. And let's try it, guys. Oh, it's so soft. All right, let me try it. I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I share out. I got you some nice white rice here. You can serve it though with, some people do rotis. You can put your goat with whatever you like. I like to leave some of the bone in. Some people, they like to remove the bone. As you saw when I was cutting it up, I removed the fat pieces. Oh my goodness. Now let me get some of that gravy. You know, the gravy that you guys argue at the Jamaican restaurant about. We're at home. We're not going to be cheap with the gravy. Oh, isn't this cute? All right, guys, let's eat some. Bon appetit. All right, so this is our goat and white rice. Let's get a little bit of that rice. It's so hot. I'm in love with the power cooker because I thought that I would have to keep going and going to make the meat soft. Nope. All from the first try. So delicious. It's hot. Super hot. But you know, guys, this recipe, it works the same with curry chicken. If you want to use the way I seasoned it, you could do the same thing with chicken if you don't really like goat. We could do a video with the curry chicken because I don't ever really put it in a power cooker. We could just show you how it goes in the pot. Real easy, but you guys try this recipe out. It's really simple, straight to the point. You'll be making Caribbean cuisine in no time. Just perfect. So don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, and come back to the channel so we can do what? Get cooking. Good lookings. Bye!
What are you afraid of? She said, wasting time, loving failure. Hope I'm not the first to tell ya. 24 feels old as ever, 24.